back to That Horror Couple. I'm Kaylee.
And I'm Rob.
And we're back with another recap review of The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, episode 4.
Entitled, What We.
What We?
Because you know why?
What?
This is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Hell to the
Little
yes.
Michonne action.
My God, goddamn, this is the greatest show ever.
It is. Best couple in, like, fiction.
No, I think this is
Michonne
like...
and Rick, yeah.
So far with this show, this is my favorite episode so far.
It was mine too. It's
This
so
is my
good.
favorite episode.
So emotionally provoking.
Ever since Rick left, we've been waiting for the reunion of Michonne and Rick. We got a reunion, but this was more of like a in-depth
An actual
reunion.
in-depth reunion. Yeah.
Like a discussion, a round table.
Yeah,
like,
if you will.
Like a therapy session.
Yeah, between Rick and Michonne.
It was heavy. It was beautiful. It was loving.
It was tear-jerking.
It made me want to jerk. Because
Yeah.
I'm really a big fan.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Rick looks good without his shirt on, too.
Hey, Michonne was showing her scar
Yeah,
with
she
her.
looks good, too. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
It was jerking.
That horror couple.
Oh, yeah.
That horror couple.
It's us.
That horror couple. That horror couple. And they talk about horror.
Like and subscribe.
Okay, so basically this episode does not mess around.
No.
Right away, it picks up right where the previous episode left off. It's the skydiving aftermath.
Yeah, after they, commandoed it. What is it? Was that movie? Was it Commando? Where they jumped out of the airplane?
He did jump out of an airplane, Commando.
Yeah.
Helicopter! Yeah.
No, is that the wrong movie? Anyway,
No.
they jumped out of an airplane. And now they're in a perfectly clean, apartment.
Let me tell you something else, man.
With a Roomba.
With a Roomba that's going around the room and...
There was something very suspicious about this place where I was like, it's too clean, it's too quiet. Should they even be here?
Yeah, it was kind of
So
creepy.
even though it was peaceful, the setting kind of threw me off. I'm like, something might happen.
Well, yeah, you're used to seeing places ransacked, everything's everywhere, it's dirty, there's walkers everywhere. This place was kept perfectly
It was
intact.
it was it was an apartment with running water and
The refrigerator was on. Yeah.
Alexa voice. It's like the temperature is
Yeah.
to your request. Whatever the
Yeah,
hell
no, that was funny.
I was like, oh god.
We see Rick and Michonne confronts Rick about him writing her a letter saying, yeah, just go home without me, it'll be okay.
She's like, what's up with that canoe note, bitch?
Yeah, she confronted him. I was like, you go, girl, because I would be pissed too.
No, not even that. She's like, that's why what you want to leave our children in
Children.
plural. In plural. So she drops it on him. So basically we got a Maury Show episode right here. She's like, you are the baby's daddy.
Yeah, you have not just one, but 2 kids. And
Yeah.
one of them is one we made together.
Dude, so when we were waiting for it.
The reveal of
Yeah.
RJ.
We're
Yeah,
like
little
this-
Rick Jr.
Yeah, so basically he finally finds out he has a son. Turns out RJ is 8 years old now. He
Yeah,
finds
so
out,
it's been 8 years since they've
Yeah.
seen each other, so that makes sense. I was a little confused about the timeline. I thought it would have been a decade, but apparently I was wrong, so it's been less time than that.
Yeah, that's a lot to take in, and I don't know, the acting was just so good, man. These
Oh,
characters,
yeah.
the way they just feed off each other, they play off each other. Rick and Michonne just in this room by themselves. That's basically what this whole episode was, and it was entertaining as hell. Just 2 people in an empty room talking, and that's
Those
how
2 actors
that's
are
how
so
strong
good.
this story is. That's how strong these characters are. It kept me
Glued to the screen.
That's all we needed. I
Yeah.
mean, it was great. It was great.
Denai Guerrero and Andrew Lincoln embody the characters of Rick and Michonne so well. You can tell these actors must get along in real life because the chemistry they have together and the way they work so well together and the way they're able to invoke such an emotional reaction out of their audience. They're amazing and they're my new favorite, couple on TV.
Are you saying they're banging in real life?
No, I mean they're friends and they must be because they have such good, they work together very well is what I mean.
okay.
I've watched interviews, they seem like they get along very
hell
well,
yeah,
so
yeah. That's what I meant to say.
they seem really cool people.
They
so.
feed off each other.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
what I'm trying to say, yeah.
So even after all this and the great banter back and forth, Rick just wants to go back still.
To the CRM.
Rick's like, yo, we gotta go back. And Michonne's like, hell no, we don't gotta go back. There's a lot of symbolic stuff in this episode, I noticed. She picks up a book. She's like, oh, I know this book. This character's a free spirit. You know, stuff like that.
She was just dropping little hints here and there to try to pick at him, get him to open up to her because he's got this almost sort of mask on where he's like, I just have to go back to the CRM and you could go home and, know, you'll be okay. Like, he doesn't
Yeah.
want, it's like
No,
he doesn't
not
want
yet.
to budge on the subject at all, even though.
No, she was like, bitch, I just told you had a kid.
Yeah, and he's just like, we have to go back. You don't understand. It's like he's like a robot or something. Like, he's just
Yeah.
so, it's very out of character for Rick and very weird.
Still don't get it.
No, but that's when he explains to Michonne the whole
Jadis
the
thing.
Jadis situation. He's like, Jadis found me. I was half dead. She's the reason I'm here. She gave our whereabouts. Like, she told them everything, and she threatened our whole family.
Yeah.
So he's like, basically, he's telling her, unless you guys want to fight off an army, I have to go
I
back.
have to stay back and
Yeah.
make sure they don't come to Alexandria. And she's like, even if you do that, what's to say they still won't come?
Yeah.
You know, she's saying
Yeah.
you can't predict that, but together we can support each other and we can save each other.
No, she flat out said to him, like, I don't like who you are when you're with them. Yeah, she's like, I don't like these friends you're hanging out with these days.
Yeah.
They're a bad influence, Rick, so
Yeah.
jump out of the copter with me. You know what I'm saying? And then even after they look out the window and they see that, like, their copter is, like, totally in ruins. And so
It crashed.
You know, but the first thought was like, oh, great, they're going to think we're dead now. So we can go back. And, like, that even...
Michonne was thinking that,
But
yeah.
that doesn't even make Rick want to go back.
just like-
and that's what got me thinking. Like, it's partly about the safety of his family, but also I think he has unfinished business.
Yeah, oh, with Jadis?
I think he just wants to take down the whole CRM.
Yeah,
He
for
wa-
the shit they put in.
He wants to
yeah.
take down the CRM, I think, from the inside. Like, well, you know, I think the only way to take them down is from the inside.
Oh yeah, well they have a huge, they have like they're what's left of the United States Army, so it's like insane what they have.
Yeah, so Rick's like, yo, he's like, you don't understand. I'm moving up in the ranks. I think what he's trying to say is, like, if I go back, I can make sure that they won't attack you. And maybe, I'm thinking he's thinking I could take them all down from the inside.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
I don't know, but of course, Michonne ain't having it. She's like,
They get into like a really big like back and forth like multiple times,
Yeah.
and at one point she's just like, "Listen, this isn't the man I knew." Like,
oh yeah, no, she busted off a lamppost.
yeah,
and
she's like,
"All right."
I'm leaving, bye, and she just walks out the door, and it's a very emotionally charged moment. He's waiting at the door with his hand almost on the handle. She's standing in the
Yeah.
hallway. They're both like crying. It's very emotionally provoking. It's very, it's just, it's hard to put into words how it made me feel.
That was a very intense scene when like Michonne was out in the hallway and Rick was still in the room.
Yeah, you could feel
'Cause
their emotions
That's the
coming
thing,
off
and
of them.
I, like I said before, I can understand both of what they're both saying because they're both right,
Yeah.
and they both have a point. Yeah, she's like, I told RJ all about you.
The brave man.
You're a brave man and all that stuff. And just the way the CRM like takes care of situations is very like off to me. Like when their copter crashed, another copter came by and totally like shot down that copter.
Yeah, to
Like,
erase the evidence that it
Yeah.
was there in the first place. It
What-
takes down the building next to the building they're in.
But what evidence that the CRM
That the
is,
CRM exists.
it even
yeah.
exists because they don't want
They want it to be a secret, yeah.
It's just so like weird how they
It's insane.
how these people operate. It's just so weird. I'm
It's
like-
very strange.
And then we still get some classic Walking Dead episode stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because now Rick and Michonne are just taking out walkers. 'cause-
Back at it together. The team's back together. He chases after her in the hallway, and it's so, oh, my heart. I was like, yay!
What I liked about that scene is just to see them kicking ass together is awesome, but the way this scene was lit, there's a lot of reds and a lot of blues.
Purples,
and, there's
yeah.
a lot of cool lighting as the battle's going on.
cinematography, yeah.
So I thought that was super cool. And
I thought so, too.
We get like chandeliers falling on them and like, it's intense, dude. It's intense.
It's really insane, and the chandelier pins Michonne's leg. It doesn't break her leg or anything, but it pins her leg where she's trapped, and like this herd is descending on them, and she's like, "You gotta go, Rick, just leave me." And he's like, "I will never do that." And it's just like, oh, and he's able to loosen the bolts and get the thing off of her, but they're having to hit walkers like from where she's sitting. It's just like, it's a very intense scene. The entire episode is very intense.
They're basically arguing as
They're helping each
fighting.
other, yeah, it's like crazy. Yeah, she called him Commando at one point,
Oh yeah,
which was funny.
Commando got name dropped.
Yeah.
that was pretty rad.
Yeah, he's like, Commando? Really?
She's like, I don't even have weapons here, Commando.
yeah.
Rick is better than Commando.
He gets her out of the chandelier. And,
Jenny,
yeah.
Jenny.
And they go back up to the apartment together.
Is that where sexy time happens?
Yeah, we get a little,
Wow, chicka,
wow,
wow,
wow, like, emotionally charged lovemaking, like, scene.
Yeah.
So, it's very sweet, though. They haven't, like, been intimate in, like, what is it, like, 7 years? Yeah, 7 years was the timeline, so.
Michonne's all scarred up. Rick has one hand. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful sex scene.
It
No, it is because they have their battle scars. I love it.
And he asks her about the scar on her back, and she tells him about which we saw in an episode of The Walking Dead. He wasn't there. It was when Michonne's college friend like moved into Alexandria, and she stole a bunch of the kids plus Judith. Longtime watchers of The Walking Dead probably know exactly what episode I'm talking about.
It's a bad roommate, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I didn't receive my paycheck this week.
You're gonna have to talk to payroll about that.
Did you notice during sexy time Rick made a grunting sound? I didn't know. He was like, ugh.
Okay,
No,
Rob.
I thought he just came like fast.
No,
you
it's emotionally painful for them. They've been apart, now they're together again. It's like very. I can't even wrap my head around.
You thought it was a panic attack, though.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been, but
I thought he was panicking a little bit.
no,
yeah.
but I thought he just came because like he hasn't got it on in like 10 years.
Okay.
There was a time jump.
Yeah, well, maybe it was both. I don't think so, though.
What the hell do you think sex is like after you're in the CRM for so long?
Yeah.
It's probably like call me an A, baby. Call me an A.
Stop.
Yeah, call me an A.
Okay, no more.
How come everybody whispers in these movies?
But after naughty time,
Mm-hmm.
they're laying in bed together. They're discussing RJ. She's telling Rick about RJ's personality.
Yeah.
This is probably like the best acting I've ever seen out of like Andrew Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. Like he's such a good actor.
Yeah.
Like he actually gets emotional and breaks down, and he tells Michonne how the only way he did survive all those years without them is he learned how to live like in his mind, in his imagination, in his memories.
Dreaming about them.
And he said, I basically died and had to keep moving. And he goes, I can't do that again. And that's why he's afraid of leaving the CRM.
Yeah, he's afraid if he does go back with Michonne, he doesn't want to lose her. Like he's scared he's scared they're gonna kill her, or he doesn't want to lose her in another way, and he's made it grieve her and his family all over again.
And I also definitely dug the name dropping in this episode because they were talking about the period when Rick was missing. They name dropped Daryl. They name dropped Carl. They name dropped Nat.
They did. Oh, I love Now. I was sad he was only in one
Yeah.
episode.
No, but then she explains that they were held up for a year because of the CRM.
I didn't even realize it was a year
So,
in the mall. Yeah, that's insane.
It's Walking Dead timeline, so you never know. But
You never know. They jump around.
damn, this was a hell of a good episode.
It was so good. And, Rick opens up to Michonne. He tells her about his grief and grieving her, and he's afraid to do it again. And she's like, "We could do anything together. We could do this. Like, I've got you. But we've got to make a decision. We're not leaving until we make a decision."
And this is as like the ceiling's caving in around them. They left together in the end, and Rick left his walkie-talkie behind with the Roomba.
Yeah.
And the roof caved in, and they drove off with like all the gasoline they could want.
Yeah, to
in
get
the
them
back
home.
seat.
Yeah, with
And-
some upbeat music.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm feeling
Finally,
the music.
it was some happy music. It was like la la la.
I'm like, okay, so they're probably
la,
gonna get
la,
away
la,
for now.
la, la.
Yeah. And they're smiling at each other. It was very happy. It was very nice.
Driving on the highway, looking for adventure. Whatever come my way.
WNBC.
So that was the episode, guys. That was the 4th episode.
It is-
What did you guys think? Comment down below if you've seen it.
It's my
What you
favorite
think?
one. It's my
It was
favorite
my
one.
favorite episode so far. Every episode has been so good, so emotional. This was the most emotionally intense
I feel like
episode.
every episode gave us exactly what we wanted. From the first episode of the season, we got Rick and Michonne back together, but this one felt like the real reunion in a way.
Yeah, it did because
So-
we actually got to see them interacting
Yeah.
for a whole episode.
This
and they weren't
episode-
separated. They were together the
This
whole
episode
time.
is a 10 out of 10.
10 out of
and
10.
I really credit like Andrew Lincoln, Denai Guerrero with just you put them in a room together with,
So talented.
with nothing else,
Yeah.
and they can carry the whole show because they're
Just these two people.
They're just so skilled, dude. They,
They
are
really
so
are.
skilled.
They're amazing. They're my two favorite. They're like my favorite couple in fiction. They're so good.
And that includes pornos.
Yeah, for Rob, maybe, yeah. So make sure you guys are hitting the bell to be notified when we drop all of our new Walking Dead videos, horror movie reviews, horror movie trailer reactions, and breakdowns. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. We also have a store now if you want to click our store option. I think our products are listed down below, but if not, you can go to our main page on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Right next to our community tab is our store tab.
It's some
It'll
good
take
stuff.
you right to Spread Shop. We have beanies, shirts, hoodies, hats, like that kind of thing. If you're interested in any of that, make sure you're checking it out. We also have a super thanks button if you want to donate to the channel. We appreciate it so much.
We need money.
Yeah, make sure you hit the super thanks if you're feeling generous. But honestly, if you guys could just subscribe and hit the bell, that would just mean so much. So thank you so much for all of your support.
And pass this around to people that might like Walking Dead or
Yeah, if
something.
they like Walking Dead or horror, make sure you share our video.
If you know Andrew Lincoln and Denai, just let them know we like him.
Yeah. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. Once again, I'm Kaylee.
And I'm Rob.
And we'll see you guys soon.
Thanks for watching.
That horror couple.
Oh, yeah.
That horror couple.
It's us.
That horror couple. That horror couple. And they talk about